16th, 2015.
And I'm Latino Crazy.
We already went through that.
I'm Stonehand Slater Wallace.
James Lawrence III.
We already went through that.
It was supposed to be Richie versus BMK.
Defending his title.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was a rematch for the title, right,
It was
James?
a rematch. Okay.
Right, James? Continue.
No, it wasn't. It was the month before.
So Ricky Rothschild was supposed to fight BMK.
Last
title on
month,
the
Richie
line.
Richie took a breather and the ref counted him out. Okay. Richie couldn't fight at 0 hour. He had an injury. His doctors didn't clear him something. So BMK was throwing a little hissy fit. So what did he get?
That's not accurate, but continue.
Close. He got Gideon, the monster Gideon, to fight BMK and said, hey, if you can beat Gideon, maybe I'll give you another title shot. And
What does BMK do?
he beat Gideon. It wasn't easy, okay? Gideon was
Oh, okay, yeah, we know it wasn't easy, but BMK is, you know, he's no,
Former-
he's gonna lay down for nobody.
no. And
Not even.
Pretty
Not
much
even that monster.
BMK won and said he's coming for that title again, and Gideon like chased off Richie. I don't know.
So how, you know,
He was yelling.
how much can Richie run? And I mean, eventually
He's
gonna
not
get-
Moving on, I'm going to talk about this gentleman to my right one more time. He had himself a rematch against Kenny Courageous. He said, I want you, this has got to be done, we're going to fight, and it's going to be over. Well, not so much. Again with the cheating, getting himself disqualified, Kenny Courageous, and then again,
purposely getting himself.
purposely getting disqualified, and again after the match, assaulting Stonehand's
And I
going
wouldn't even
after
call
the
it a
knee.
wrestling match, it was more of a fight.
It was like a brawl.
It was a brawl. And you want to tell him how he got DQ'd?
I don't
With the
wanna
low
say.
blow?
It wasn't very nice.
I had him hooked for the choke bomb. Boom! Right in the boys. So the ref calls for the bell. Okay, I win, but you know, that's not how I won a victory. And then Kenny Courageous, you know?
He said he doesn't have to beat you. He said he's messing with your mind. It's all, you
Oh,
know.
that's what he said.
He said he's smarter than you.
When did you talk to him?
But you know what?
I talk to him all the time.
Later on in the back room, we tried to talk it out.
Yeah, we saw that.
So, you know, I talk it out with my fist. And it set us up for Falls Count Anywhere next month.
Next month, we're going to be talking about that in just a few short moments. Something you're going to want to be here to watch, fans.
You too.
Stonehands, why don't you just leave that nasty business behind us, keep us going on track here. Tell us what happened next.
All right, well, as you guys know, Roach has made his return, and, you know, who else would we have face him except Macho del Silver? Another masked wrestler, and, you know, it was a very high-flying, butt-kicking kind of match. They're all around there spinning around, and I mean, I just punch the guy usually, but they're all over there doing their little rolls, confusing me. But, what was it, you know, they're both, you know, the fan favorites, and everybody's cheering them. But Roach, he gets the bug bomb, bam, 1, 2, 3. Del Silver, try again some other time.
They shook hands and stuff, but enough of that good sportsmanship.
Now let's continue on this mockery of a show. James, take us into the fourth match. Your favorite guy in the world wrestled in it.
My favorite.
Second favorite.
The convict Nick Dallas fought Flawless One Dave Allen.
Where on the internet you guys related?
Not related. Anyway, Allen led most of the match, but I tell you what, for the first part, Convict came out, he hit the shank right in the back, and I thought it was over. I thought it was done. He was just a barrage, but then pretty much Allen took over and hit the flawless victory and got the win.
Well, Nick survived, no broken bones, no broken teeth, so I mean, he survived.
Then all of a sudden,
What happened next?
Allen left, and then all of a sudden, Convict's walking up dazed and confused up the ramp, and who comes out? The Punisher.
The Punisher is back.
Nobody knew. The Punisher comes out, screams at Convict, says, "What have you been doing these last couple months?" and slapped him. I mean, we heard it all through the whole place.
I say, you get in the back. That's what he said. And then he took my water, which
So
wasn't very
maybe we'll
nice.
see a new Nick Dallas or something.
Or maybe they'll get back. Is the Punisher well? I mean, is he cleared? We don't know these answers.
Crime and punishment reunion, I mean.
Former champions, who knows?
Johnny Motley and his friend Cujo came out, and Johnny Motley took on Tristan Hayes. But even before the match started, Tristan Hayes trying to come out to the ring. Cujo runs up from behind, attacks him, beats on him for a good solid 5 minutes. And
Where was
leaves.
Buddy?
I don't know.
His partner was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, told him he wasn't going to be here.
But just because Tristan the
Yeah.
month before
Yeah.
said he had obligations, he couldn't make it.
He had
all of a
something to
sudden,
do.
Buddy, doesn't want to come to his match, and look what happens.
Maybe he was
He gets
making
hurt.
dinner for homeless children. You don't know. You don't know.
Tristan was getting beat all over.
Mercilessly. And finally, the ref gets him back in the rings. But I mean, the damage was done. Hayes gave it all. He tried fighting back, but I think he
It was
just took too
basically
much
a
out of him.
2-on-1. I mean,
And in the end, he finally got some steam rolling, Tristan Hayes did, and he picked up Motley from the outside, and he was trying to suplex him. Kurt Joseph pulls his legs, Motley falls out on top of him. Cujo's got his arms on his feet so he can't kick out. He lost.
That's the
Motley did
And
win the
cameras,
match.
right?
So let's move on from this. I mean, we'll see more from Tristan Hayes. I'm sure he'll have something to say.
Yeah.
His attitude has been very poor lately, so.
Who knows what's going to happen with the Freebirds? Is this the end of the Freebirds? Just a rough patch?
Just because he wasn't here doesn't mean it's the end of the free.
Well, we need to.
But wait, you know what happened right after that match?
What?
Intermission. We'll be right back, folks. Okay, back on the third. Sal, we're gonna play this game.
What are you doing?
This is called Chikanga.
Chikanga?
Yes, it requires wit, strategy, intelligence. You will be at a severe disadvantage, but I will try to help you at all costs. It's kind of like Jenga and checkers at the same time. So, you know what? You make the first move. I will allow that because I am a nice guy. You go.
I don't even know the rules. How
Just move a piece as if you were playing one of those two games. It makes sense.
What? There. What move is that?
It was supposed to go a little bit more like this, and then I win! This is the greatest game ever! Shut up, James. And welcome back to the Fire Pro Post Show for 0 Hour, etc.
And crazy, it's finally my turn to talk about the little match that happened next, right after our intermission. Team Epic. And this part of Team Epic was Christopher Kent, Davey Attic, Maverick Cage. And who did they take on?
They had Marvin Wentworth with them, too.
Well, Marvin was out there, and we all know when Marvin's out there, shenanigans is going to happen.
And terrible suits running wild.
Yeah, they are pretty terrible. But they were taking on Fatal Attraction and John Bash. And John Bash, he was out there, he was getting his butt kicked a little bit, and we got Mike back in there, and Mike's beating him up. He's doing his flying moves off the top rope. I'm kind of lost for words today. I'm sorry, folks. And then he hurts his arm, and he has to be taken out of the match. And that gets John Bash back in there, and he's just getting his butt kicked.
Cross is too busy, like,
Cross is worried about
his partner. Bash is getting killed.
Bash
in the
is
whole
just, oh, he's just getting beat up. Maverick gets in there and just starts pounding on him, you know, taking advantage of John Bash. And John Bash is getting beat up. He finally gets to tag across, but Maverick doesn't start beating on him, and they fight all the way to the back, and that just leaves Kevin Cross out there. And I mean, Kevin Cross, I mean, you got to give the guy, he's quite the fighter, but I mean, Davey Attic and Christopher Kent, you know, there's only so much you can take. And of course, you know, they double team up on him, get the pin, and you know what they proceed to do?
What?
They walk up right where you two were sitting and steal the tag team titles.
Why did you let him do that, James?
It was on your side over there, by that announcer.
Oh, now it's my side. Yeah, I only give table space when something bad happens.
So, Team Epic will go down in the record as having a victory here. But what's going to happen between, you know, Fatal Attraction and Davey Attic and Kent? And it's Maverick and Bash. I mean, is that...
Team Epic took the tag titles, and they pretty much...
They're not the champions, but they have the titles.
Well, Marvel's hurt.
Marvel, yeah, he's hurt. Is it gonna be back? I don't know.
Is he cleared already? I mean, this
We don't know!
couple days it's happened.
Are we gonna get paid?
I don't know!
So is the tag team titles going to be put up for a tournament or something? I mean, what's gonna happen? Somebody call the board, we gotta talk to them. You have their number?
Yeah.
We had Dakota Prodigy versus Jeremy Hadley, the Warfare. And you want to
Warfare, Jeremy Hadley.
that too. You want to talk about a high-flying match from the Roach one earlier? No, this one all out. These guys were. It was a clinic, pretty
I
much.
mean, Dakota doing backflips out to outside of the ring, doing flips inside of the ring.
One point, Dakota did this move with the ropes and outside. He landed his head on the apron, and then Hadley just crashed to the floor. I mean, we thought he was paralyzed there for a moment.
Somehow he continued and finished the match.
I have no idea how. And pretty much they kept doing these crazy moves, and all of a sudden Hadley hits the frog splash, gets the victory.
How many star frogs?
It was a well fought, fight between two competitors.
Yeah,
It was
five.
real good.
What?
Two competitors.
Oh, frog star, of course.
I mean,
Hadley gets the victory. Hadley's been dominating lately in Fire Pro, winning the last couple months.
He's on a streak.
Buff Kahlua and Flash
Buff
Harris.
Kahlua took on big time Flash Harris.
Exactly.
Flash Harris, he's on an undefeated streak here in Fire Pro Wrestling.
He
undefeated.
thinks he can just dance his way and everybody's gonna love him.
Well, it's working. He has become a fan favorite. Hey, we're gonna get sued, idiot.
Oh yeah.
He's a fan favorite here at Fire Pro. And he's only
Don't talk
talking.
to me that way.
James said it. It was right here.
I didn't say
I
that.
was defending you. I was like, don't call me an idiot.
Have you taken your pills today?
Man, lots of people's bills.
Sorry.
Anyways, big time Flash, fan favorite, only a couple months in here at Fire Pro, undefeated streak. He won with that big time Flash. That's the name of the move, and also his name.
It's like an inverted.
We'll find out the name for you, folks.
He defeated Buff Kahlua.
It's-
Alright.
It's a pretty sick move.
I don't know if I mentioned it, Buff Kahlua is out there. His cousin, Buff Rum and Coke, couldn't make it, which he did because I'm thirsty. Main event time
Main
here.
event.
Fire Pro Wrestling, 0 hours to go. Who is in that main event, James Lawrence? I'll tell you who is in that main event, James Lawrence.
The heavyweight champion,
Mike Horning,
the War Machine.
Rhino,
And that was who the match was between.
for the title belt.
And what
James.
redheaded bimbo is out there?
Moxie Molly.
Oh, I thought
Not
you
that
were
she's,
funny.
no, not she's a.
Wow.
I didn't say
Where
that.
does put years of women's suffrage back in the 1920s, James?
James, way to blow it.
I don't know how you like it. You always talk about me.
Alright, anyways, friggin' Mike Horning tried to leave with his belt. It wasn't even a couple minutes into the match.
And who was waiting for him?
Dave Allen stopped him.
Flawless
Oh,
Dave
Run away with your
Allen.
belt. Oh, trying to do it the cheap way.
Pretty much got back in the ring. They were still going at it. And then all of a sudden, Rhino was ready to gore Mike Horning. And all of a sudden, Molly came in the ring and stopped him by slapping him.
And that was a mistake.
Disqualification. Rhino wins, but by disqualification doesn't get the title.
So that means Mike
So
Horning
Horning
took the
was
belt.
able to keep his belt. Somehow he always has to, find a
But
way out.
then, what did Rhino do?
He was going to gore Molly.
Gore!
Al Gore!
Gore!
He
Gore!
gored Horning. All right, he gored Horning.
He gored
And
him.
now it's exciting.
Pretty much that was 0 hour.
That was 0 hour. Make sure you join us next month
For what?
for All In,
All in.
June 16th,
And what's that main event?
I think.
Stonehand Slater Wallace versus Kenny Courageous.
No DQ! No DQ!
Falls count anywhere.
Anything goes, because it's all in!
You're going to have all the regulars from Fire Pro Wrestling. Champions are going to be there. Don't miss it. All in. Fire Pro
Kenny
Wrestling.
Courageous, I'm coming for you.
And kids are free!
12 and under, free with an adult.
I want Holyfield.
What? Oh, wait, he's not fighting.
I meant Courageous.
For Fire Pro Wrestling, I'm James Lawrence III.
And I'm Neptune Crazy! Still putting up with this stuff.
Don't answer.
See you next time.
Yeah, I'm going to say goodbye. Why don't we sit here and stare at the camera for 5 minutes?
And the flesh and blood